Hi, I'm Jeremiah from MacKeeper TV. I'm at MIT in Cambridge, Massachusetts. We're at EmTech, and that's Emerging Technologies. We're going to be looking at some of the most innovative people in technology over the last year. Check it out.
So my name's Sonia Kovacic. I work for the CSAIL Alliance program here at CSAIL. I'm at the EmTech conference at MIT Media Lab. A little bit about CSAIL. CSAIL is the biggest lab at MIT. We have over 1,000 people in the lab, over 100 PIs, excuse me. And this specifically, the CAP program, we work with industry component. So we bring in industry to work with our researchers to produce new innovation and research. So within CAP, we actually just started a new initiative called the Cybersecurity Initiative. And that initiative will start sometime in the fall, and we're really excited about it because all that we're going to talk about, all the initiative deals with is security. And there's so many security issues these days that we want to get industry, we want to get our researchers to actually solve the big problems that are happening, and then maybe shape policy and shape the industry of security. I'm Sonia from MIT, and you're watching MacKeeper TV.
So our company was founded out of the University of Toronto in Canada, and we've developed a set of algorithms that's able to recognize you based on your unique heartbeat. So your heart produces a set of electrical signals. If you've been to the hospital or a doctor's visit where you've had an ECG or EKG done, it's that same signal. And it turns out that's unique. It's about as unique as your fingerprint. And people have known this for a while. Since the beginning of ECG as a diagnostic tool, people have noticed individual differences. It's probably been in the last 10 years or so that we've realized that they're unique enough to identify individuals. And our lab at U of T, we're the ones that were able to process the signal in an effective way, create a robust enough match to essentially take it outside of a controlled hospital or lab environment, miniaturize it, put it onto a wearable device, and put it out in the world.
How do you see the future of merging computers and people?
Yeah, so I think we're starting to see technology that augments humans. So one of our founder likes to use this phrase: if you were to redesign the human from the ground up, you'd probably have a secure way for them to prove who they are wirelessly, right? You'd probably have something like this already built into a human being because it's just such a useful function. And so the idea that I don't need to carry a bunch of stuff. I don't need to remember a bunch of things. We're not very good at remembering passwords, right? And this is why we're getting all these. Everybody uses the same password, and we're getting all these password breaches. Humans aren't very good at that stuff, right? What we want to do is just securely access our data, our stuff. We want to be able to be recognized and not mistaken for someone else without us having to do a lot of work. And so we're looking at augmenting that and letting humans focus on the things they're good at, right? The things that they want to do.
But do you see a future where people are using algorithms and software more with the human side?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've heard a lot of talks about artificial intelligence. We've seen a lot of augmented reality is now becoming a real possibility, and real-time kind of context-aware intelligence. So I think we're going to start to see it creep in more and more. I think again, I don't think we're going to see this point where computers replace humans in a lot of things. I think we're just going to allow humans to do the things that we're good at and that we like doing, and offload a lot of the kind of repetitive work or the kind of heavy lifting to computers and algorithms. The examples we already see are in wearable devices, or even kind of the context-aware apps on your phone. It knows where my phone knows that I'm here. It knows my flight leaves in 4 hours. It knows what the traffic is like. These are things that I would otherwise have to kind of think through, worry about, look up, and I know I'll get an alert when I need to wrap up and go to the airport. So those kind of things, I think we're going to see more and more of. Yeah, I think we kind of need to rethink the way that we look at security and authentication. A lot of the security mechanisms that we use today were developed in a totally different world, under a completely different paradigm, right? A lot of them were developed pre-internet. And so the fact that the fact that we still use a string of characters to represent us is broken. And we're seeing more and more that whole paradigm needs to change. This is why we're seeing two-factor authentication. We're seeing more and more biometrics. The challenge with almost every security application is there's always this trade-off between security and convenience. I'm Andrew D'Souza with Bionym at MIT, and you're watching MacKeeper TV.
Checking everything out here in the main room. Hi, man. What's your name?
Hey, I'm Jake Schlesinger.
Jake, what do you think here, man? How's it going this week?
Some phenomenal, exciting technologies here, just the forefront of every innovation that you could possibly want to see. Excited to see what's next, but so far, blown away.
What do you think about what the guys are talking about mixing robots and humans, like the cyborg thinking with the human technology? What do you think?
I do think the collaboration of robots and humans is the way that this needs to be approached from a socioeconomic perspective, a psychological perspective, so I think they are handling that in the appropriate manner, for sure. I think they're doing a damn good job at it. Jake Schlesinger, and you're watching MacKeeper TV. We're at Emerging Tech at MIT.
One of the most interesting things that I'm hearing here today is a lot of talk about the connection between robots and humans, between software and a real mind. So to combine the human thinking with the algorithm of programming, it's really a hot topic here, and I think a lot of the emerging technology that you're going to see is going to be based on robotics, software with that human component.
Why is it so important that human beings and machines, robots, should be able to collaborate at all?
So the reason it's so important is that there are, if you take the factory floor as an example, there are huge swaths of work that are just still very difficult for us to do with robots today. From my time at Boeing, I learned that 80% of the work in building a large commercial airplane is still done entirely manually. 50% of the process of building a car is still done entirely manually. 90% of the process of assembling a cell phone is still done manually.
My name is Julie Shaw. I'm an assistant professor at MIT in the Department of Aeronautics and Astronautics, and I lead the Interactive Robotics Group as a part of the Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence Laboratory. My area of research is at the intersection of artificial intelligence and cognitive psychology. My lab and I, we work on programming robots. What we're really aiming to do is reverse engineer the human mind to make robots that are better teammates. I think the question is, where can we strategically use robots to help people? And that drives the question of, well, we help people where people do work and live today. And so we look at, across a number of domains, where people are doing work and where it's still very hard to use robots, but there's potential benefit in terms of ergonomics, in terms of their safety, where there's economic motivations in terms of supporting people and being more productive. And with robots, you have to specify every little detail of what they should do. And that's not how we train people to work with other people. So there's a gap between what we know about effective human teamwork and what we need to be able to use as a robot model for a robot to work with a person. And that's one of the things we specialize in, is how we take these models from cognitive psychology. If we need to, we conduct our own experiments, and we look at designing models that a robot can use to anticipate human behavior.
And what about something like collaborative software that mixes the two?
Yeah, absolutely. So collaborative software would sort of be a platform for not just developing a model of the person, but for the machine to be able to provide information back to the person. So machines are potentially better at scheduling, they're better at optimization, and through a collaborative platform, you could leverage the strengths of both. My name is Julie Shaw. I'm an assistant professor at MIT, and you're watching MacKeeper TV.
Hello, my name is York Zhang. I'm in EmTech 2014 at MIT in Cambridge. I come from USC, located in Los Angeles, California. And I am here to see what the industry has to offer. So the biggest thing about technology that interests me would be the user interface. I want to do cool things that matter. So I definitely think that artificial intelligence has a huge spotlight on it, and I do believe that one day we will get something comparable to the scenes we see from iRobot. But at the moment, there's a lot of I believe that the mathematics to prove all these algorithms, or to prove all these ideas, have not been invented yet, or they haven't been solved yet. But it's only a matter of time before we find the key to get artificial intelligence to match what we call human intelligence. And there is this theory in artificial intelligence where we have smart computers building smarter computers, and that process goes on after various iterations. So I do think that human element is necessary now in the early stages of artificial intelligence, but eventually I do hope that we'll be able to reach smarter computers building smarter computers. My name is York Zhang. I'm at MIT's Media Lab for EmTech 2014, and you're watching MacKeeper TV.
Well, that does it for this time. From MacKeeper TV in Cambridge, Massachusetts at MIT's EmTech 2014. Today we saw some amazing emerging technology, and we saw innovators that are going to be bringing that technology into the future. Join us next time for MacKeeper TV.